Not at all.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Happy last day of the week for us. I'm Sybil Wilkes. Welcome to What You Need to Know, where we talk about the news and also conversations with our favorite comedians and other newsmakers. Today is Wednesday, normally Myra J and Stephen Hill Day. And we are really graced by the presence of another funny man, and that is Damon Williams. Hey, Damon. Hey, Myra.
Hey, Damon.
Hey, Myra. Hey, Sybil. If you didn't tell him, you could have just said it's still Stephen Hill. I got a mask on.
And he does come in costume quite often, Damon. Damon, I know you're on the run. You are in an airport?
Yeah, at Midway, we had to change our flights because we had winter storms, and I didn't want to take a chance this morning. And I thought, when you invited me that I would be working at the club, but my shows start tomorrow. So I had my whole life mixed up. That's why I have Jada to keep me on track.
And you're a lucky man to have that young woman there. How are you, pretty lady?
Hey. Hey, fam.
And who has possession of the dogs? Of the baby
Grandma.
dogs? Oh, nice. Okay, Damon. So Myra is at home. I'm at home. You're on the road. Where are you headed now?
Columbus, Ohio, to the Funny Bone. I have a New Year's Eve show, but Ohio has a curfew, so the shows are at 5 and 7. So at midnight, we're gonna be looking at each other like this.
What?
Happy New Year! And you know what, David and Myra, I think you can agree with this. You're gonna be like a lot of us at midnight.
Okay.
Hey, this is a first for us because I'm always working somewhere, so it's gonna be great. It's our anniversary, so we'll actually be able to count down, on the cozy tip.
So
I should ask my daughter to come. You said the Funny Bone?
Yep, Columbus. If you want to, I got you.
Okay. I'll ask her.
Okay.
Thank you.
Damon and Juanita got married on the stage New Year's Eve. How many years ago, Damon?
5 years.
Oh, happy anniversary.
And
but
Myra,
like any black couple, there's a backstory. We met each other over 20 years ago. We've been together 12, married 5. You know how that
goes. But you made it, and you're doing great.
Yes.
Yep.
Who else got married today is comedian Griff. And,
yes.
That was interesting watching that on his YouTube channel this morning.
Oh, I wish I'd have known that.
Afternoon. Yeah, it was a small group of us and got an invite and it said it's going to happen in 2 hours and it did eventually happen, and he and his bride married. He married now. And so
I'm surprised I didn't hear him say "I do" as loud as he is.
I know. And like many comedians / producers, Damon and Myra, he was giving out with the directions and camera angles and where the preacher was gonna stand and all of this stuff. He was really giving out with the directions and stuff. But he was so lovely, and they looked like a lovely couple. And she promised to hit him over the head with a skillet, or there was something about hitting him over the head with an iron skillet. And I guess that's love. And so we wish Griff, who is a co-host of the Get Up Mornings with Erica Campbell show, and I guess we'll hear all about it come Monday morning when he gets there. All right, Damon. So let's talk about your end of the year special.
The Buy 2020. My buddy Steve Capers, who does the Martha's Vineyard Comedy Fest. Myra, who you know very well.
Oh, yes. Love
he found a location in Chicago where it's a sound stage, and we could let 10, 15 people inside as a small audience, but it's a top flight production studio. And so I just basically filmed a 1 hour show and put it up for line directly to consumers. So it's like you go on my Instagram and hit the link and you can get a 1 hour show. So for New Year's Eve, you can actually stream it for your Zoom if you're doing a Zoom. One person hit me, said, I bought your special. Is it legal for me to charge people to do a watch party? I said, you own it. Do what you got to do.
Get your hustle on.
Yeah, but if you come up, send me a donation.
Okay, cash out
So
them
it's
something.
Yeah, it's just a recap of everything people experience and myself as well. And I had a chance to work on some of the material this summer because we were open for a couple of months at Riddles.
Mhm.
And so that was a blessing that they gave us a few, with limited capacity this summer. So it's just a look back at this crazy year that's 2020. And of course, I wish I shot it today because so many things have happened since last week when I filmed it.
Wow.
Of
Just
course.
imagine that. So many things have happened in the week. One
Yeah.
week since you filmed it. How crazy is that?
But it's
that's
been like that for the last 4 years.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
But they are between the stimulus check jokes and the Mitch McConnell jokes,
Oh.
just look up memes.
Right. Okay, so if people want to come and see you tomorrow, shows at 5 and 7 at the Columbus Funny Bone. Be
Well, the
careful in Columbus.
7 o'clock is already sold out.
Okay.
5 o'clock, but I'm staying through Sunday at the Funny Bone, so there are other shows, other times, and all of them are early because Ohio has a 10 p.m. curfew, which is the
Wow.
dumbest shit I ever heard of. It's like what Corona come out at 10:01.
Right. It's
Right.
like the freaks come out at night. Corona
Yeah.
come out at night.
Hey, rest in peace, ecstasy from Houdini.
Absolutely. And did you see that Shabba-Doo died?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was such a
and Joe Clark.
And
Yep.
Joe with the bat and
Yeah.
the megaphone. Yeah, the principal. Yeah. He was the focus of, that was his story, Lean on Me.
Meanwhile, George Zimmerman's ass is still walking around. That's what I don't get. How the hell Rona skipped George Zimmerman?
Okay.
Of all the people. And you know who else died of Rona? This came out today. Mary Ann.
Yes. From Gilligan's Island. Yes.
And she was always cuter than Ginger to me anyway.
She
And
was.
so you're the
She
Mary
was.
Ann guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could always ask a guy, Mary Ann or Ginger, and a lot of guys said Mary Ann. Yeah. Was it the blue jean shorts, or what was it?
Those were the original Daisy Dukes.
Well, listen, Damon, I know you got to catch a flight, so I really appreciate your joining us. And I don't want you guys to miss it because I know things are crazy with the weather. Put a lot of snow in Chicago.
Yeah, it was kind of messy last night, but it melted today, and then it tried to rain, and now it's gonna freeze, so it's all crazy.
Oh.
But my situation is, we fly Southwest, so you got to get in your boarding group.
Oh, right, yeah.
Otherwise, you'll be sitting in the bathroom.
Exactly.
or lucky to be inside. Period. Yeah.
That's right. I'm still not too fancy to fly Southwest, but I would really appreciate if people go on and grab the special and get some laughs. It's family friendly. Got a couple of cuss words, but your kids cuss more than you do anyway. So check it out, and that way I can stop taking these flights if enough people stream it.
Well, we will do it. I promise. We go to your Instagram page and click on the link there, and we will be there as if we're with you watching it. So thank you, darling. I was gonna say Merry New Year, Happy New Year to you and Juanita, and
Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa.
Merry New Year, because this time last year, me and Myra spent New Year's Eve in the church.
Oh, that's right.
That's why we're here today, baby. Who knew we needed to start 2020 off the right way?
Okay.
And Myra,
I love you both, ladies.
Love you too. Thank you so much, Damon.
Right.
I appreciate you.
Safe travel.
Yep. And sorry about this.
Myra.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you end up in church on New Year's Eve?
Because there was money involved.
Oh.
Okay. I just kept it real, just like the pastor. Hey, don't judge me. The pastor to say the same thing. Okay. It was a gig. There was money involved. Yep, I had to go all the way to Chicago to go to church. I forgot about that. We sure did. We did a New Year's Eve gig.
And Myra, that's how you started off 2020?
That's how I started off 2020. Who knew? I do have a list of some of the things that I learned, though.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yes.
would like if you wanna give us a couple as we go through the evening, or
Okay.
you want to give them all, you tell
Yeah,
me.
sure.
Okay, all right. So give us the first thing.
Okay, the first thing I went, 2-ply toilet paper means more to me than people will ever know. Okay. That extra ply will go a long way when there's a shortage. Okay. The other thing that I learned, there are a lot of Black-owned shea butter companies out there. I'm like, damn, is everybody making shea butter but me? Okay.
And we'd like to hear from the Shea Butter Company people. Black folks that are watching this, and if you'd like to advertise with us.
Right. Please put it in, because I'm sure there may be one or two that I missed, but I know there's a lot of Black folks in their kitchen right now. What, they talking about shea butter? Yep.
Myra, last night into this morning, a lot of people started getting their stimulus checks. What about you?
Look. First of all, was it just me? Why was I the only one thinking everybody was getting $1,200? So I didn't get a stimulus check. I got some stimulus change. My piggy bank didn't even get excited. I didn't know that they broke it down like that, because I actually thought it was a mistake. I called the government. I said, somebody lied to me.
Myra, where did the $1,200 come from? Where do you think that you thought you were going to get?
Somebody up there in the government had an extra $1,200. I don't know if they owed it to me personally, but
okay.
But I really thought that everybody else was getting $1,200.
So did you get $1,200 the first time around?
No, I did not. That's the money I'm talking about, Sybil. No. I thought when everybody was talking about, I got that $1,200, get that $1,200. I'm sitting here waiting like, give me $1,200 from the government.
Gotcha.
No.
And it was $600. That's all.
No, it was not $600, Sybil. Listen to my words carefully.
No. But I'm saying for this round, the most an individual could get $600.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. I didn't even get that.
Did you get any? Did you get a TNC piece?
I got change. It was noisy money. Okay.
So it wasn't that quiet.
It wasn't the quiet money. I was like, what did I owe the government? What happened to my $1,200? Yeah, you know what, to be honest, I'm blessed, but it was just a thing that I was expecting $1,200. Santa did not send me $1,200.
I'm sorry.
Or $600. Or $300.
Or
no, just or. Okay. Let's just focus on behind the decimal point.
If people did get their $600 or a variation on the $600, I'd like to hear from you. If you did wake up this morning and check your bank account and see if you did get some of that stimulus money, I'm very curious, because Steve Mnuchin came out last night, the Secretary of Treasury, and said they were going to start sending out or making the direct deposits last night. The paper checks were supposed to leave out today, supposed to be mailed out today. So.
Paper checks or direct deposit? Because the last time direct deposits went out first.
Right, that's what happened. Direct deposits went out today or last night into today, and the paper checks were supposed to be mailed out today, the 30th. That was what they said, but we'll see.
Yeah, because mine was a paper check, and it came out months later. I mean, people had spent their money, them TVs had stopped working and everything else, and just yeah. Yep. That's when I got mine.
And people are still holding their breath for that additional $1,400, as much as $1,400, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. It looks like Mitch McConnell is going to hold steady on this and not bring forth this standalone bill, unless he can unless Democrats, just decided, go ahead and add the part about Donald Trump's hatred of social media companies. Right. As well as election and vote fraud. And we'll go ahead and just as long as we can get that $2,000. So we'll see what happens.
I followed the news pretty closely, but I can honestly say this past 48 hours, I have been so doggone confused with the government. Like, who passed what? What are they trying to do? Who's vetoing what? Who's mad at who? All I know is that the Republican Party, not only are they, well, I've been pissed off at them,
Sure.
but they've been so freaking hilarious here in Georgia
Oh
because
my gosh, yeah.
Don Khan told the governor to resign
He
today.
told him to resign. Now he's coming to town on Monday. Donald Trump is scheduled to come
Yeah.
to the state on Monday. And in advance of that, he told the head Republican in the state of Georgia to resign.
Yeah, and right now it looked like Brian gonna be tardy to the party because he said he didn't get an invite. He doesn't. He doesn't know if he's going to come and hear his big boss speak.
I think that's also because the candidates, the two Republican Senate candidates, Loeffler and Perdue, they don't like the governor either, right?
Well, because the governor didn't side with Big Daddy, and see, they recently jumped ship and said, "Yeah, we offer the $2,000," but that's only because Don Khan all of a sudden woke up and said, "Hey, let's give him $2,000." Like he couldn't have said this months ago.
And it has nothing to do with the thousands of people in the state of Georgia that could use that extra $1,400, right?
Exactly.
Wow.
So yeah. So it's a little bit of a mess. It's a little bit of a poop storm going on here.
So we know that you voted and you got you did the absentee ballot and you got the registration there.
Yep, I was notified via email. I think it's called ballot tracks. If you vote absentee, you can register at ballot tracks in certain states, and they will notify you. It took about 4 days from when I dropped the ballot in that box for them to say your vote has been accepted and counted. You may not vote again. So, yep, I'm in there. And they also finished up today and the checking of the signatures in Cobb County, which I was a bit nervous about because, I live in Cobb County,
right?
And they picked out absentee ballots randomly to see if the signatures matched. And I'm like, now, these white people call me and tell me that my signature don't match. I'm gonna have to call a lawyer and I'm gonna be on TV and Lord have mercy. And people got to bail me out. And it's just.
And Myra, you have a lovely signature, so there should never have been a question about questioning your signature. And
that's what I would have told them before they took me to jail. That's just what I would have said. But it's a lovely signature.
Before we go on, a couple of business items. First of all, a reminder as we're talking about Black Voters Matter, they are on the ground in the state of Georgia and doing great things, and they are also bringing you this cast here on YouTube as well as Facebook Live. So we thank the folks at Black Voters Matter. Please go to blackvotersmatterfund.org for more information. The second thing is Stephen Hill is en vacances. And so he's not with us today. And we wish him a happy
Hill.
Yeah, cheers to that. He is in another part of the world. And as you might expect for Stephen Hill, and it's a little behind with the times and stuff. So we wish him a wonderful holiday and a happy new year.
Happy New Year, Stephen Hill.
And secondly, we have folks who are responding. Ms. Jackie, I guess, on YouTube said her daughter got her money this morning. Trisha G on YouTube also said her stimulus funds are pending in her account. So, yeah. Okay. So we will wish everybody good luck with that. And if you are getting it, we would appreciate your keeping up to date on that. So Myra, it doesn't look like the standalone bill is going to happen. And I was really hoping that we would have an opportunity to see Bernie Sanders filibuster.
Yes.
And try to keep that defense bill off the table.
I wanted him to read Green Eggs and Ham.
Right.
I really did. Just get up there now. How's it feel now? just get up there and just no. He should have done some Maya Angelou poetry.
Oh my God, phenomenal woman.
And still I rise.
That would and I would love for like the Congressional Black Caucus to give him, a hip hop, you know, hotel, motel, holiday
Okay.
inn, hotel, motel. Oh man, I don't do a good birdie, but in my head it's really funny.
It is
Um,
funny. That is funny.
So I'm not sure what's going to happen, but they are supposed to still be there working today, tomorrow, and then come back. And next week is going to be an even more interesting week because the 6th of January is when they are supposed to conclude the Electoral College voting, and there are going to be people who are already lining up to object to the Electoral College count, and a number of Republicans in the House and the Senate. And this could be very long. This could be so pack a lunch if you're going to watch it. This could be a very long day next Wednesday. And that is on top of folks staying up all night Tuesday to get the results of the election in Georgia. How are you feeling about that, Myra?
I think it's going to be very, very close. I think it's going to be very, very close. Now, I just read a blurb today that they are reporting that DeKalb County is running behind from where they were in the presidential election. Mm-hmm. So if you know anybody in DeKalb County, tell them, come on now, let's get these votes going. However, so far the Democrats are saying that they are very pleased in the voter turnout thus far, that it's really running close to at this point in the presidential election, how many people turned out. But that's just the Democrats. Yeah, I don't know what the Republicans doing because I don't follow them people that close.
And a reminder that tomorrow is the last day for early voting, and it's probably going to be amended in terms of the time that people can go and early vote, right?
Yeah, and I want to say in certain counties, but no, today was the last day in certain counties. I think tomorrow is tomorrow is the last day. Yeah, so some counties you can vote tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. Fingers crossed. The polls are
if we didn't have 150 counties here in Georgia, it wouldn't be that damn confusing. But
then there's that, right? yeah. So, the numbers, the polls are showing them closer than close. Yeah. With Warnock running a little bit ahead and Ossoff a little bit ahead of Perdue, and Reverend Warnock ahead of Loeffler, but not by much. And
I'm talking 1 percentage point, people. One. So literally every vote counts. Every vote.
And Myra, after the way that the polls were just so off the mark during the November election, especially for people like Harrison in South Carolina, mm-hmm. I'm not sure that we really buy what the numbers are telling us.
Right. So yeah, just everybody could come out, and also I think it's going to be very, very long. I don't know if we will know the results election night. It might take a day and a half or 2
mm-hmm.
days.
Would you be willing to go? Because when it happened with the presidential election, Tuesday was the last day of voting, and then when it was finally determined was 4 days later on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not, and Lord knows you guys have had enough with the Secretary of State and accounting, and and all of the accusations. Yeah,
we're very tired. I think I heard 2 Christmas commercials the whole month of December.
Because all of it was
everything's political here. Stuff. Everything. Yeah. Text messages, phone calls, email, campaign ads on television, radio. That's all we're getting here. That's all we're getting.
Myra, just before we went on, you and I probably got the same text from George Wallace regarding an event he has going on tonight. He's participating in an event tonight, and an hour after we get off. That we conclude this at 8:00 Eastern. It's called Comedy and Conversations. Join us for an evening of laughter and great conversations with Warnock, Reverend Raphael Warnock, and U.S. Congresswoman Nikema Williams, and a star-studded lineup from Atlanta and around the country, including George Wallace, and a number of people from TV shows like Outsourced and Politically Reactive, Netflix shows, Late Night with Seth Meyers, Queer Eye on Netflix, and Pay Teachers More Money. That's Hank Denson, Pay Teachers More Money. And,
Okay.
and it's hosted by Munir Magani and David Perdue. No, not that David Perdue. David Perdue of Comedy Central. That's what it says. I think you can find it by going to Comedy and Combos with Warnock and register for it. So it's a virtual event, obviously.
Yeah.
Not that David Warnock.
I know that's so funny. Not that David Perdue, the other David Perdue, the good one.
No, yeah, right. So here we have still waiting, and you don't have pets. You had a ladybug this year that
Yeah,
became
yeah. I was talking. I haven't seen her in about a month. One of
when
these
Cynthia
spiders
got
probably
cold.
ate. Yeah, she probably went up. Girl, I I can't turn. I'm looking down because I'm like, what's this shit crawling on the wall? There is. I wish I could show you all. It's like it's not that big. Otherwise, y'all would straight see me take a flip flop and you'd hear a smacking sound. But I don't want to stain my wall. But I kid y'all not. As soon as you said that, I looked down like, here goes some shit crawling on the wall. I'm telling you, I'm living in Bug Central up in here. Ladybug was like, go in there and keep her company. You ain't gonna believe it. She talked to you and everything. She ain't even gonna kill you. She just let you crawl around.
You're good.
Right.
But we have a story in What You Need to Know about having a pet may be the best way to cope with pandemic stress. And this is very, very effective for people who are struggling with the isolation of the pandemic and quarantine and whatever. And many people have found solace in their animals, even in watching pet videos online has been a source of strength and help for people, a lot of people. And according to a study, pets can effectively help people cope with the mental stress during the pandemic. And 90% of those surveyed said that their pet helped them cope emotionally with the lockdown. And I'd just like to point out that in the newsletter, there is a picture of two really handsome dogs. And that is Ramsey on the left and Lawler on the right.
Well, no, I don't have a pet. I have had pets in the past.
Mhm.
Let me just preface this with for all the pet lovers,
Mhm.
don't come. Good for you. Okay.
Mhm.
Howsoever, until that
Howsoever.
dog can learn to flush the toilet and clean up after himself, people should be happy that I don't have a pet because I'm just not that pet person. When I was growing up, we had dogs. You know, I've had German shepherds. I love
Mhm.
shepherds. I love that, but I have outside dogs. And if you're gonna be with me, you got to have a purpose. Your ass ain't just gonna be laying up in the house eating and carrying on. Because I've had a couple of them in my lifetime. Married one, dumped the other. But anyway, so you got to have a purpose. You need to be out there barking or chasing and protecting me. No, you just can't lay around and all I'm gonna do is walk you and clean up your poop and feed you. Really? So that is why I do not have a pet. I think puppies are so cute and they're warm and they're cuddle and they come and and they lick you and they love you. But you still can't go to the bathroom. I'm sorry. As soon as they say, Myra, we have a dog that goes to the toilet and wipes its butt, I am the first person in line to go, yes, give me one of those. But and some of my dearest friends, they have pets and they're really cute and they dress them up and they give them birthday parties and
Right.
and clothes and they got more stuff for Christmas than I did. I mean, they really love them and stuff, and it's cute. I understand the companionship and all that, but then there are other people like me who's like, I'm good. I'm a little
Okay.
crazy, but I'm
Okay.
good.
Someone has suggested, I think it's Danielle Murray on YouTube, a pet or some weed.
I got weed.
He's like,
What?
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 There's a choice.
Who doesn't have weed? We're in a pandemic, people. I'm trying to survive. I'm trying to survive already. I ain't got a man. I ain't got a pet. Give me something, okay?
So weed and tequila, is that
And Tito's.
Tito's. So
Like
vodka.
y'all thought this was Kool-Aid. Come on now.
Okay. Have you seen the video of the lady and she had a little puppy and the puppy got into her stash and the little puppy was
Oh, and I felt so bad. He couldn't hold his head. This bitch ate my gummies. My thing was, why you throw your gummies in the garbage?
And if you're one of the few that has not seen it, we're gonna look it up and try to put it on tonight.
Yeah,
Before we
I
get out
did.
of
I
here.
felt so bad for the
That,
little.
that little thing is just so.
that little puppy was twisted T wasted. Okay, he was wasted.
Our friend Michael Stallworth on Facebook says he's been watching Fatal Attraction on TV One, and it's helped him during the pandemic. Well, everybody has something.
Whatever turns you on, okay?
Whatever floats your boat and helps you through the pandemic, Michael. I wouldn't have thought that Fatal Attraction would be that thing, but that gives us an idea of where you are, Michael. No puppies for you. So those, as I said, that's Ramsey and Lala. Those are my god dogs, and in that picture in the newsletter today. So, and they are a source of great comfort and oftentimes amusement, sometimes some frustration when he takes my shoes. A lot.
Well, you know what? Funny story. When I was a kid growing up, and my parents, to me anyway, was trying to be a little bougie. You know, they gonna buy a German Shepherd. You know, we had hood dogs. What is it? It's German Shepherd and something and something. You know,
Right,
but
right.
they went out and bought this a pedigree German
Ooh.
Shepherd. So as a puppy, and as the puppy was growing, we noticed that the legs stayed really short. So my mother took it to the vet, and unfortunately, it had arthritis. And
Mm-hmm.
so the doctor said it wouldn't, the vet said it wasn't going to grow to the full size of a shepherd.
Mm-hmm.
So the dog, it was healthy, but he had this big old head, and and his tail would drag on the floor because he was
Oh, because his legs are so
so
short.
short, and he had these big old feet, so he couldn't run and jump, and he would just go, whoa. That was and we would have him in the yard, and I could hear people going back going, what the heck? What is that? Hey man, come look at this. Come look at the dog. It was so slow, like she was going to make him into a cocktail table or something. That's the way he was just, but the dog lived a long time. He was just very short and stout. With big,
Wow.
yeah.
So he was like part dachshund.
Yep, that's what it looked like. Imagine a dachshund and a German Shepherd.
Wow.
Yep.
That's not pretty.
And they no, it wasn't. And they paid good money. That was King. Yep, that was.
I was going to ask Maya. I promise you, the next question was the dog's name King?
King.
I have never met anybody with any black people who have had a German Shepherd or contact with one, and the dog's name has not been King.
King. Yep, that was King. Yep.
Oh, poor King. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, we had a German Shepherd too. It was Snooky, and Snooky. I don't know why. It was some guy gave my dad the dog, and Snooky got knocked up and she had puppies in my dad's closet, and
Oh dear.
yeah, we had 7 or 8 puppies in the closet one day. She was snapping at my mom, and my mom looked at my dad. She said, "She got to go."
Go right.
Like, oh, where? She said, "No, she's about to give birth." And sure enough, she found her way into my dad's closet, and there she had the puppies. And when I tell you, this was a Heinz 57 group of pups. I don't know who she had been with, but not one of them looked like the other. I mean, we had one called Patches that looked like a Dalmatian. We had one that was Piazon, looked like a Shih Tzu. We had one that looked like a poodle. I mean, I'd never seen anything like that. Sometimes this young dog had been around.
She was busy.
She was a very busy girl.
She was a busybody.
Yeah, yeah. Her body was busy because I never seen anything like that before. Just a number of pet stories. All right, Myra, can you believe? And I don't. I've read the story and I haven't heard a lot of verification, but somebody got the vaccine in the medical field, and a week later came down with coronavirus.
Yes. Yeah. I heard a story of a doctor, and I want to say I think he was Black.
Of course.
Got the vaccine, and about 3 or 4 days later, he tested positive. And he came on to say that, first of all, it takes the vaccine about 10 days to 2 weeks to take effect.
And then you had this one where he had to have the second round too?
And I didn't hear you say it again.
Was this the one where you have to have the second round?
Yes. And this was only his first shot. So he was asking people, don't panic. The vaccine, he honestly did not believe that the vaccine, and he was a doctor. He worked in the hospital. He said, I just happened to catch COVID in that time period, probably right before I got the vaccine. So I did see that story, and he was very concerned. Like, please don't start rumors that the shot gave me COVID, because I just don't believe that.
Yeah. Myra, we have a new job for you.
Oh God.
Janice, I want to say it's Eastman, maybe on Facebook, says that you need to be president of the National Ass. I'm assuming that's association.
I'm sitting down in the chair. How did she know?
The president of the National Association of Black Storytellers. You are the queen of sharing a tale.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Well, wait a minute. Connected to ass? Okay. Okay.
That is great. I highly, highly recommend that and agree with that. Thank you so much, Janice. Myra J is the national president.
Thank you, Janice. That's very kind.
The national ass of Black storytellers.
Okay.
We have that video of the little dog and her owner.
Tell me why I cleaned out the refrigerator today, threw away all the old food and shit like that, threw away some of my fucking edibles. Guess whose bitch ass got into the trash and ate them? Can you tell who? Can you tell? Jinx. Jinx ate them. Like, she never digs in the trash, never has the trash and found an edible that I threw away. Called the doctors. The edible was pretty, there was no chocolate in it or anything, so she threw up a little bit. They said food and water should pass through, but I'm just a little worried because this bitch is high. And why would you do this, Jinx? For real. Oh my God.
Poor Jinx.
I felt so bad for that dog.
Oh,
I felt
why
so
would
bad.
you do this, Jinx?
Jinx, I know. Listen, I'm thinking, well, didn't she have why didn't she just give the edible to like a friend or a comedian? Why would she just
Why
throw
would she
away good,
toss it?
throw away apparently some very potent edibles?
Poor little Jinx.
Poor little Jinx. Poor
Apparently,
little
it was
Jinxie.
so good. The expiration
Apparently it
date.
was apparently it was very good. Like,
Oh my
I
gosh.
know. I felt so. Those eyes were so glassy. I was like,
Oh,
oh my God, do you see the poor dog's eyes? Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
poor Jinx.
yeah. She was lit.
Myra, I know obviously Atlanta is the Black Mecca, and a lot of Black businesses and have
Shea butter. Oh, okay.
yeah, shea butter companies. But there are also a lot of restaurants there.
Hmm.
And one of the stories that we have on the What You Need to Know newsletter today is about Black owned restaurants, and they are talking about issuing dining bonds, and this is helping Black businesses stay in business. These restaurants stay in business. They can be purchased now and redeemed for a higher value at a specified later date. And this is hoping that people will be able to use, Black folks will be able to use their purchasing power to help these Black businesses stay in business. So if a restaurant would sell a $100 certificate for $75, the customer will not redeem it for another 30 days or so. So you buy it for 75, you can redeem it in a month or two or however long they determine, and for $100. And this could be the saving grace to help businesses not go
Yeah.
out of business. And so these just a few months ago, the number of Hispanic owned restaurant businesses surged to 51%, and Black owned restaurants shot up almost 50% during that same period. Between 2007 and 2012, and it was a good time, even as close as this time last year, for business for restaurants, and of course their spending and growth rates just plummeted as a result of the pandemic. And so restaurants are losing more than half of their revenue as a result of the closures and the social distancing policies and what have
Hmm.
you. Do you find that are you hearing of any of these Black-owned restaurants uh, putting these dining bonds out?
I hadn't even heard it until I read the story today. I had not heard it, and I think it's a really good idea because we
Mhm.
really do need to support local businesses and Black businesses, and if I could get a bond and and go there and pick up my food and a
Yeah.
month 2 months from now, because trust me, as a big girl, I'm gonna be hungry. So I can go and eat. Plus, I have discovered the other thing that I have discovered that the food that I order that's $14, but by the time it's delivered to me
Yeah.
by a food service, it's $29.
Mhm. Mhm.
Tastes just as good as if I get in my car and go pick it up and pay the $14.
And sometimes they bring it to your car. You don't even have to get out of the car.
Okay.
You call the number and they bring your food to you. And don't ask me how I know that, but it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
They will do that. This story makes me just really angry, mad enough to spit. And
Okay.
this
I'm gonna
is
be mad
about
too.
Google. This is something that
Oh yeah.
we as Black people, as computer users, every day we come in contact with Google. And Lord knows that Google has been the end all and be all. Remember early days in the tech industry, Google was the place. If you got a job at Google, ooh, you doing something, you're really doing it. Well, they have fired a second top Black female employee. Her name is April Christina Curley. She was a diversity recruiter. They fired her in September, and this is the second following the firing of Timnit Gabriel, who was co-leader of their artificial intelligence team. She was fired after sending an internal email. In a Twitter post this week, she claimed they were tired of hearing me call them out on their racist BS, and she said the word. Um, she said prior to being hired in 2014 to help improve relations with historically Black colleges and universities, they never hired anyone from an HBCU because they didn't believe that talent existed at these institutions until she showed up. She went on to explain how their hiring committee screened out HBCU students
Wow.
by leaving demeaning and insulting feedback, questioning the quality of education they received at their HBCU, and not meeting the bar compared to elite white institutions. These are all the people working for Google and in the interview process and talking about Black people and graduates of HBCUs. So she came in, started advocating for the students and seeing the practices take place, resulted in denials for promotions, being placed on performance improvement plans, although she had excellent performance metrics. She was yelled at, intentionally excluded from meetings, and being told that her, this is the craziest thing of all, she was told that her Baltimore accent was a disability that needed to be disclosed to her peers. And this is what led to her firing. If this, I don't know how we cancel Google. I know not everybody's in favor of the cancel culture, but this is the most racist thing I've heard in a minute regarding technology. And I know the tech companies are really instrumental in our advancement every day, every way. Okay. But there's got to be some way we can take down Google a notch or two in order to clear up this horrible way of doing
Yeah.
and or lack of business with Black people.
Mm-hmm.
This
Mm-hmm.
is just, this is it's not unheard of. But now that she's made it public, this is just unbelievable to me.
I don't. It. We have to hold their feet to the fire, and
Hmm.
right now it's not that we can't multitask. It's so much going on, but I just have a feeling we haven't heard the last of this.
Yeah, I
We
hope not.
haven't we haven't heard the last of this, and Google is gonna have to pay. And I don't mean paying money, but either paying jobs, or just like you said, just being taken down a notch or two.
And maybe it takes, doing away with the upper management and those people that have allowed this to happen or go on for such a long period of time, and as well as give these women their jobs back with promotions and an increase in pay. Uh,
Yeah,
and and
and that all important back pay
hello,
and
come
that
on
stress
now.
pay. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
because I'm stressed out for 'em. Right about now. I think Google should send me some money because I'm a little stressed hearing that story.
And not in Google Doodles. We
No.
want some some real scratch there. Tonight, we mentioned about George Wallace and his conversation. Tonight,
Yes.
also, our own Coy Malone is going to be involved on Instagram Live at Hip Hop Caucus. And Coy is our social activist, and also, you know her from the video "Get Your Booty to the Pole." That
Mm-hmm.
is at 8 o'clock Eastern, and that's at Hip Hop Caucus on Instagram. So join her tonight and at Hip Hop Caucus and at Get Your Booty to the Pole as well. You can go to both of those. So that is Coy, that is George, and as we close out this particular episode, this is our last of the year.
Oh.
Tomorrow we are, George came on with us Monday, so we will not have a show tomorrow. And just want to thank you for being a part of this, and
Well,
always for your support.
thank you and Yolanda for making me a part of the show. I really do look forward to this. I do want to close out with a couple of the other things that I have
Yeah,
learned
that's what I
here in
wanted you to do.
2020.
Yes.
Pajamas are a matter of opinion. Okay. You say pajamas, I say this is a Kroger outfit to me. Like, call it what you want. Breakfast and bras, overrated. Overrated. I know New Year's is coming and everybody know, I got to get my black eyed peas and collard greens. Look, we tried that last year, y'all. Apparently, we didn't eat enough. So let's get some black eyed peas, some field peas, some green peas, some elemental peas. Get all the peas. We didn't get enough peas last time, people.
Peace.
Peas. So Let's do more. And I know we always say next year, 2021 is good. Look, it's all relative. It's all time. What's going to happen is going to happen. So if you think things about to change on 2021, it just said, oh, you thought 2020 was bad? Somebody hold my mask. It can get crazier in 2021. We must be prepared and survive and get through it to be much better towards the end. Because God dang it, I want to shop and go somewhere. So
Travel.
travel again, everyone. Please be safe, everybody. And you know what? This just occurred to me. Ain't no need to be out here shooting these damn guns. We done been through enough crap. Okay? How much more excitement do you need in your life than what we've had here these last 8-9 months? So put the guns away. Why don't we all go outside and yell the word peace and see what happens?
Amen. I like that.
Okay.
I was thinking of, the pots and pans that people
Yes.
to celebrate the frontline workers and stuff. But I like that. Go outside and yell peace.
Peace at midnight. How about that?
I like it. I like it. Absolutely. Are you looking forward to anything in 2021 besides, you said, travel and shopping?
Yes, sex. Yes.
Yeah.
Dang it. Now, I don't know if it's true that if you don't use something in a year, it ain't gonna work no more, but I'm gonna find out.
Pour that Tito's, Myra.
Okay, keep pouring it, Tito's. I'm gonna find out.
I didn't know that Tito's was your new brand of choice. I'm glad to know that.
Well, only because it's gluten-free, but I mean, how many glutens do I have to eat before I just start to lose weight? So it's not working, It's not working.
We have some birthdays to a birthday shout out.
Oh, yes. Mary Boyce.
That's right. I was going to mention Mary earlier when you were talking about dogs and, dress and how.
Oh, yes.
Because before Aaron and Kobe came along, Zach, the wonder dog, was the center of Mary and David's life.
That's right.
And poor Mrs. Flowers, she's like, this is not how I had it pictured my grandchildren. But dear Mary Boyce is the birthday girl today, so we wish you a happy
birthday, Mary.
And also a shout out to David, her better half, and also tomorrow is the 40th birthday of little Jesus. For those of you who don't know, his name is Don Curley. He is the entrepreneur behind Gray Breeze Realty there in Atlanta. And nephew Don Curley is the birthday boy tomorrow. And just as wonderful today as he was 25 years ago. Just as sweet, as wonderful as he possibly could be. So happy birthday, Don. And lastly, I want to thank our staff here at What You Need to Know, the folks that make this happen every day, as well as the newsletter. And that, of course, is our Yolanda Starks-White and Ward White, as well as Cherie White and Chica Dilly, and which is just fun to say. Corey, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Corey, also for being a part of our business and finance section, and all the folks that have made this possible. Thank you, David Canner, also for keeping us going, and all the folks at Black Voters Matter who have supported us, and the folks that like April Kelly, and this is a wonderful opportunity to tell people thank you, and know that we're coming back bigger and better in just a matter of days on the 4th of January. So I thank you so much. Myra, if you have any, I don't know what that means.
That bug is missing, y'all. He was I had my eye on him, but I don't see.
One person that I did miss, that I did not mention, is Young Channing. He is the young man that helps us with our video piece with the newsletter every day, because there are people, J. Anthony Brown, who don't like to read the newsletter and they prefer to get all of their information from the newsletter in a 3-minute video. And you can see that. You can say where it says watch. Channing is the young man who helped.
Okay.
So if you don't have time to read the newsletter, you can go and listen. So thank you, Channing, for also being a part of this. We really appreciate it. And Myra, I don't know if you have any suggestions for things to watch over the holiday weekend, but have you seen Ma Rainey?
I've seen Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, loved it. Last night I watched Sylvie's Love.
Oh, you know what? Sherry Shepherd was watching that last night. What'd you think?
Loved it. Loved it. I said I'm gonna start watching Bridgerton.
Yeah, that was the other one.
I have not started it, but I do plan to watch it. Have you started it yet?
No, I started it last night, and I gotta admit, the first episode didn't really hold me, and so I fell asleep. But I'm gonna, watch it all the way through, because they say once you get past the first episode, it's and a lot of people say that they held it from the first episode on. So.
Really? Oh, and full confession, and Soul, I did.
Oh, you did? I have not watched that yet.
And I fell asleep on it. It had nothing to do with the movie. It was Christmas and I was tired. I had a few. So I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. I saw the beginning and the end. So now I gotta see how they got there. So I'm gonna go back and watch it again.
So on Disney Plus, and that's Jamie Foxx's.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So before we head out, we're gonna give you another opportunity for us to give our thanks to the folks at Black Voters Matter. We wish you all a happy New Year, Merry, and happy. Please be careful, be safe, and we will see you in onward and upward to 2021. Bye,
Happy
Myra.
New Year, everyone. Stay safe. Thanks for reaching out.
Love sent their way. Who needs love? Who needs love? Who needs a little love today? Who needs some love sent their way?